2, accept the minutes of the previous selectmen's meeting.
Can't hear you. It's just talking.
Everybody have to calm down and quit talking so everybody can hear. So article number 2, we'd like to accept the minutes of the previous selectmen's meetings.
I would need a copy of the minutes. And I would need to read them.
More minutes.
That's
minutes for the regularly scheduled board meeting for the 19th last month.
Those are not there.
And where are they?
They're being worked on. They're not there as I have been by myself.
Were all these emergency meetings posted? And then there's one that says a Board of Selectmen's emergency executive meeting, which the law says no minutes should be taken in executive session. No motions should be made. No votes should be taken. I just want to point that out. So I'm not sure why there's minutes from an emergency executive session on the Senate line.
The town attorney told us about that. There's no decision yet.
And then I would reference on the 19th of the month of December, there was an executive session held after the meeting was adjourned on the 19th, which would have been illegal. And there are two decisions made in that meeting with both selectmen's signatures that were present. I would just like to have an explanation of that occurrence.
So that was we met after town meeting. We had the executive session on the agenda.
But the meeting was adjourned and then the executive session was called to order.
I don't think we adjourned the meeting.
Yes.
So last week, no. Because I come out and I read the adjournment after I come out of the meeting. I read what we discussed and what our decision was with
So was this decision made inside of executive session?
No, it was made after we come out and vote on it out in the town yard. You were there. That's fair.
Fair enough.
But that's where we had the executive session on the.
Right, that is exactly part of the main things that are missing. We don't have those minutes.
Right.
Right. We have other minutes that are done previous to that meeting, but not that one.
No, she hadn't done that. She showed it to us before. Okay, we need a motion here or not.
I don't have any intentions of doing it, so I'm not in motion.
The previous ones, except for the 19th. I second the minutes. All right, going on to Article 3, public question and answer. Robert.
So at the last meeting we had,
What's that?
at the last meeting that we had, we were given the information to go ahead and use the school sign for posting.
Yeah?
Is that being done? I haven't seen it, but
No.
I'm gonna drive by every day.
No, not yet. I think they posted a couple of times on our town board, not on the school stuff yet.
What's the holdup?
haven't called across yet to get that done. We will.
Everything's good though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Ted?
Ted St. Pierre, 129 Ground Road. The question is about the minutes. Is it possible that by the time we come to our next meeting, we can have the minutes provided to the public? I know years ago, we always had the minutes ready there with the agenda.
Yeah.
Is that something possible that we might be able to do down the road?
They used to come in to prove the minutes, and then they'd issue a copy of
Right.
them after they were done. Yeah, they always did that.
Just inquiring.
Okay. Any other public comment? Questions? All right, we'll move along to Article 4. Audit update. So I think we got some information on the updated audit for 2022. You collected that data, if you want to go ahead and explain.
I talked with Giselle today, and we're looking for 3 invoices which are easily obtainable. And out of our checkbook, she needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that are easily obtainable in the minutes from July 18th to 23 forward. So I'm working on that. So as soon as I've got that done, I'll get that to Giselle, and we'll be able to conclude our 2023 audit. Those are the items that we've been waiting on all this time.
All right. So that's not a big deal, no?
No, no big deal, I can get it to her.
Okay.
But she just got that test, it just came in today.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to Article 5, Road Commissioners Report.
Right now, we're just moving snow, trying to get rid of the ice, the run out of dirt. And we had 600 yards hauled yesterday and today. We've had 2 truck equipment failures. Both the red truck and the yellow truck had EGR system failures. They're both up and going now. Working on the patch box, and just so you know, that we paid $2,000 for it, and so far, we've got just about everything we need, and we only got $2,025 invested in it so far. And they've been working on it in their spare time.
Is that on top of the purchase?
The 2025, yes. So we got 4,025. Yeah. There's a few more things it needs tires and some other cosmetic stuff. But they're working on it when it's not snowing or freezing rain. And we need to talk about a dump body. The guy was up last week and he said that it's 400 days out on the Tenco body, the Everest body, 400 days out. The MG body you can have in 12 weeks, but no guarantees. But the 400 days out, if somebody calls and orders 10 bodies for 10 new plow trucks, we would be put on the back burner at both. So we got to figure out which way we want to go.
What's the cost of the body?
It was almost 40 grand installed.
We had that money allotted, though.
The money is in the equipment repair, and I haven't touched that. But it should be 41 or 42,000 set aside just for that. And I don't know, can we carry that over to the next year? Okay.
Roads are good. Yeah, nice job on the road.
Nice job.
Had a lot of confidence on how wide that's it. Thank you, Paul. Article 6, Town Office Report. Early closure on January 31st, 2024 at noon time.
Basically, that's the
by January 31st, the end of the day.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. And then,
John license are also due the 31st, and February 1st, we go right into late fees of $25 per dog.
Dog kids better not forget, but they're not forget.
anything else under there? All right. Article 7, other business. We got the abatement for Albert. I looked into that, and going back through the records, you guys come in and had your taxes abated on 2022, and it was down to that 2,200. And then you've got your tax bill this year for 3,300, which it was already abated the year before. It just never got marked, abated in the book for this year that it was 2020, for the 2023 tax period. So I'm assuming we're gonna need a motion on that.
Did anyone reach out for advisement to Brandon?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I talked to Brandon on that too. And we thought at first it was a clerical issue, that it just wasn't in the books correctly, so maybe we could fix it clerical, and he said no, it was already on the tax records for this year that it had to be abated. So we can abate it tonight and see if you want to keep it the standard of what it was abated for a year ago in 2022. I think we're
What
going
was
to,
Brandon Saucyer's recommendation?
he said it had to be abated.
He recommended these.
He didn't voice his opinion either way on the abatement side, but what we should or shouldn't do. He just wanted to clarify that it had to be abated, and we couldn't just make a decision.
So he hasn't been able to make a professional assessment to the value of the property.
Well, but it was already abated.
Right, of course. It's done because we couldn't get anyone in the motion to do it. He's the guy that's supposed to make that final determination. I think we learned at the time the company that did all this assessing wasn't going to stand behind anything. So then we ended up having to make a decision.
Yeah.
And going forward, Brandon was supposed to be involved in the science of that abatement.
Yeah, well, he hasn't come forward, so. So his only information to me was it had to be abated. He wasn't going to say either way. He hadn't been to, there to look at that. But the decision was already made a year ago that they were abated down to that point. It was $2,200 in the plans.
Yes.
Well, I believe that's something that going forward, whether it gets abated or it doesn't, it needs to be revisited by someone that's licensed and understands the science.
It was abated the year before because the company wouldn't come back, remember? The company wouldn't come back and reassess that stuff. And then the decision was made on the floor to abate those from 3,300 down to 2,200. And both parties agreed. Lance was here, you agreed. You were on the board, you agreed too, Tom, on that.
I did agree.
Yep.
Under the understanding that going forward, we would have someone with a better grasp of the knowledge of the...
I don't think that was mentioned during that board meeting, or that selectmen's meeting.
Well, then I'd like to have an debate.
Great. We're here to
I'm not
discuss.
arguing the fact, I'm saying at the time, it was an inconvenience to a lot of people.
Yes, it
Who
was.
faithfully came to the meetings, and we could get no one to stand up and defend the numbers on these pages. And I suggest that most everyone in town, to be fair, take a look at their values, because I have no faith in the company that we paid $90,000 to do this reevaluation. So I truly believe there are other folks out there who probably qualify for abatement, haven't asked, and I'm not sure whether anyone on this board board is in a position to wear an assessment hat. So the fact that we have an assessor, Brandon Saucier, he's on the payroll, he probably should take a look at this property to make sure our decision can be upheld fairly to the rest of the property.
So you're saying that we have to have Brandon come around and reassess all these properties?
I'm saying, no, that's not at all what I'm saying, that's what you said. I said that this piece of property, because a decision was made by the board at a moment of duress, meaning they have shown up faithfully to multiple meetings with the same answer of no knowledge, and we made a decision to be fair about it. And in order to uphold that decision, we would have to have an assessor reevaluate this, that's all I'm
Could you
saying.
clarify your statement when you say they did not show up to meetings? Who are you referring to?
I'm talking about the people that did the assessment.
Okay,
It was in defense of you. You came to the meetings.
yes, I did.
You
I was
kept
just
getting the
confused
same
with your
answer.
statement, that's all.
I think moving forward to be equitable to every citizen in the town, we'd have to let Brandon go through and reassess every piece of property. If we do it for one, we'd have to do it for everybody. We just had the town assessed, they, be it right or wrong, it's been done, we paid for it, that's over with. It was debated on the floor a year ago, both parties agreed to it. Right or wrong back then, we shouldn't throw it out the cats again to hash over. We should do it to the rest of the town as well.
If anyone has a complaint, they should be treated as fairly as anyone with a complaint. That's my point. If people are happy with their assessment, then there's no bias. There's no discrimination. I'm saying that the people that did get abatements off the cuff and the ones that are going to ask for them, that is on the responsibility and the backs of the taxpayer. If they miss the deadline for abatement, if they have something going on that's too important in their taxes, that's on them, it's not on the town, and there's no fairness equation. And I'm not trying to separate one from another. I'm trying to be fair to the town that's being represented by the state. Meaning,
But it wasn't fair a year ago.
I'm not saying, I think that we did the right thing a year ago based on the fact that we would have to revisit it going forward. And if you don't want to do that, it's fine, that's my
No, I
suggestion.
just think when it was abated once, that should stand. And then you wait for the next revow 10 years from now or whatever. That's all I got to say on that.
So I move to give them an abatement.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Thank you, Select Board, appreciate that.
All right, second bullet point, comprehensive plan meetings. Anybody here from the comprehensive plan that wants to talk on?
David, he's the chair. Dave Hall.
Dave here?
Dave Hall is on here now. Well, I'll talk.
Okay.
We're moving forward. We're getting different addresses. We're getting ready to do the survey to send out some people to town. Moving ahead. It's a slow process. As you know, we don't get it done. But we're working on the survey. We're also continuing to give their opinion about where they want the town to be in the future. Noticing that before the other comprehensive plan that we had 20 years ago, we haven't done anything that was in that plan where we should be today. So what we have to do now is try to get it back on target, where we should be. And once we get the survey in, and the people in the town put the survey in, I hope that we can get the comprehensive plan enacted for the town. Because 20 years ago, we haven't done a thing. So we're moving ahead. Survey will be going up, so we get all the paperwork done, all the addresses.
So what's your timing, you think, on the plan? Sometime this summer or something?
We're hoping in the summer, we'll have it completed.
is that something that's gonna have to be voted on?
Well, it's gonna have to be, the comprehensive plan will be brought back to the board, or we'll look at it, and then the board will vote to go ahead. Yes. So that's where we are.
Right. Oh, yeah, Dave mentioned about using the office for your meetings.
Well, yes, we were having a little problem getting back and forth to school. So we wanted to use the office to continue our meetings.
Yeah.
Normally we set it up with Bridget, whatever, when it's capable for us to come in and use that table. If it's possible.
Would you be meeting during business hours?
During business hours, yes. Yes. So that's what we got.
Yeah. So I'd say set it up with Bridget, you guys
Yes.
come in and meet, and
Be good.
have at it. Thank you. The ACO stipend. So currently, it's $1,050, and he'd like an increase of $400, that would be $1,450.
That's something that would have to be in an article thing for March.
Okay. I'll put that in the town budget line. Yep. And it's just- What's that?
Animal control.
Animal control, yeah. Next one on the line is security cameras. We had the company Third Eye Global come in, take a look at the town office. They come through and did an assessment on this, what's left that's not under surveillance. It's the same company that's got the cameras here in the school. They'd be using the same server and be able to piggyback off in the setup. That means the same service provider will be there. If we had any trouble, it's the same guys at Fort Kent. The guys, the school had their camera system assessed and picked that company as their company to go with. We brought them in, did a walkthrough with them a month or so ago, and they've given us a quote. The quote is for 10 cameras, pretty much in the same spots, but a lot more coverage around and throughout the building. And their quote was $9,652.61. I didn't have that printed off. And that's the information I'm bringing forward, so. Any discussion on that at all?
Yeah. Let me know.
Yep.
You said to piggyback off the school system?
Yep, the school.
So that means we'd be able to save a few pennies?
Yep, that was
By not having another server?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Their setup's in the superintendent's office right now, and that runs Wi-Fi over to here. They got, I think, 2 cameras, an outside one and an inside one, and their box is in the closet, and they walk us through all that stuff. It's not so much, it'd be a separate system monitored at the town office, where the schools is monitored here. The school couldn't get on the town's cameras, and the town can't get on the school.
Because they're gonna sign the code soon.
Yeah, it'll be, yeah, there's a sign-in, login name and password to log into that system. It's just like the school setup here, but it'll be set up over there.
Okay, my idea is setting up to the manager,
Yep.
whatever, I mean, no one else can all run time.
Yep. Yeah, the school was like $39,000 was what they paid for theirs, and,
And you'll get a price of 9,
yeah,
well, let's call it 10 to round it off.
yeah. And the school, I think, has got 19 cameras, and the town office would have 10 cameras. So there was a discount because it's the same, yeah, so it's the municipal building will have the 10 cameras, not 10 cameras in the
Sounds to me
office.
like smart money.
Well,
I mean, if you
here's
use
the,
dollars and cents, then you only got to worry about one company, one tax for the whole
Yeah,
The whole,
it's the whole thing.
both sides of the road.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bill.
My lot, with the increased crime in the area, I think it's necessary to have the cameras, not only to help reduce the chance, but protect the people working there too.
Yeah. Somebody slips and falls, somebody hits somebody. It's a safety, definitely. Today's world.
Could save the town some money in the long run.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering that.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So can you go through it? They're proposing to use the same server?
No. They're gonna piggyback where they're giving us a discount because they've already set up shop here in the town. You guys will have your own server. It won't affect the school's server / camera system. It'll be a separate total system, but when they come from one, they come from both, coming down for service. If a camera goes out, boom, they've got that stuff right there, and it's not a deal where we get a call up, we'll just say Seco Security, and have a totally separate company. It's the same company. They're giving us a discount because the school has already spent 40 grand on theirs. So, it'd be a separate deal, all monitored from the other thing was, we talked about that, sending it to the same server, and they didn't think the Wi-Fi was enough to send it back and forth, is what they had said. So,
Okay, so other than, if you decided to go another way, then we're looking at 40 plus, whatever, thousand.
wow, it's probably less than that, because it'd be less cameras than what the school has. The school, I think, has got 19 cameras, right?
So 9 less cameras, so.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, a far greater price than 9,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or 10.
Yeah.
So, I think personally, I think that's the way to go, because you got the same tax, you got less aggravation, everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, they're separate.
Right, but separate, but together in-house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Who is it? The internet is through Earth Technologies, correct?
I think ours is Spectrum.
Is it?
Yeah. And they looked that over because it's underneath the desk there. They come in, they crawled under the desk to look for that. They were down in the basement to make sure there wasn't anything. They were down in the garage where the phone lines come in, and they looked at all over that stuff was in. So,
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying that is that we put a system in at my office, but we had to make sure that the internet speed that we had would sustain the system.
yeah,
So if you add 10 more cameras, right,
yeah.
you just want to make sure that there's enough
Yeah,
strength.
yeah, two separate, they brought that up too. Yeah. So,
So is there going to be a monthly contracted
Nope.
service fee on this?
so, once you buy it and they're set up, it's done. I asked that too, if it's monthly service, if not. The school doesn't, I have a monthly service. You bought the cameras, they set them up. If you have troubles with them, they'll come down and service them. You break a camera, if the camera goes out, they said a lot of the troubleshooting without, they can do right from their office, and I think it's Fort Kent, they can zoom into the system and analyze it through the internet. So, but it's not a monthly fee. And I know, I'm almost certain Seacoast is a monthly fee, because we have one at the museum, and then we pay a monthly fee for that. Yeah, it's not.
And what was the total of that then?
It was $9,652.61.
And that would eliminate all the carrying on that we have now.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Did they give you a time frame as to when they would do that?
No, we didn't discuss time.
So it still has to go
This was
through
just
all
a
the
quote.
process?
We just asked for a quote, and they gave the quote on it. Yeah.
Now, in order to do this, Matt, do we have to wait till March to approve this 9,000 in the budget, or just something that's already been set aside for?
I don't think anything's been set aside. It's under, yeah, it's under the $10,000 limit. It did.
It still has to come out of the line item on the budget.
Yeah.
And if there isn't one for it, then it has to wait till March to get one from our department. We're almost there now.
She's asking it right now.
Yeah, I don't think we used the COVID money yet, Bridget. No. So, not sure even what the total was of the COVID money we had left there. I'm not even sure what that line.
It was enough to buy a side.
Yeah, it's 40 grand anymore. So, I don't know if that COVID money is allotted for certain things, and I don't know if the camera system will be eligible for that. We have to check into that. But that's where we're at with the security cameras. We got a quote on them from the same company that's done this for. So.
Let's move forward.
Question.
Yeah.
Is the video stored in the cloud or on a server?
It's on, I think it's on the cloud. I think you can access, I'm not sure how far back. I don't know, if it's the same thing with school, I don't know if you know anything about the schools. We have,
I don't know.
I'm almost certain it's on the cloud.
But
Yeah,
I believe that you have to be on the network in order to access it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I believe it's on the server.
yeah. But there's no separate monitoring that is logged in. Matter of fact, I'm almost certain it's through the cloud because it comes through the internet and you can log into that at your desktop computer at the town office. There's no separate monitor or box or that stuff. It comes right in to there's no separate viewing desk where there's a separate monitor and stuff like that. You can enter the login name and the password right at your computer. Yeah. So,
Who will have access to them?
I'd just say the ladies in the town office. That's all I really would need, access for that. But then other than that,
Can it be accessed on
they,
the phone?
what's that?
Can it be accessed on the phone?
I don't think so. No. It should only be monitored at the computer, and you'd have to have a login name and a password to get into it. And maybe they'll issue those to the people that work in the town office or something. Yeah, we'll do a little more research on that. Get some more clarification. I'll get the stuff printed off too. So, any more questions on the security cameras? All right. Office updates. The only thing I have down here was our motion there from last month about the desk in the office. Done a little research on that, going back to what was decided prior as far as the desk being pulled from the town office and put in a little separate office. And the only thing I came up with talking to all parties was the last decision made was not to move that desk in that office. And that was before my time. But I looked at the pros, I looked at the cons myself. I see the situations. I remember back when that happened once before, when the office lady moved in there. And I know we're going to put it to a vote, but I guess my input would be to be totally open in that town office. I don't see any reason that the girls were separated in the town office. They should be right out there working together right in the front. There's no privacy in that office. We had some stuff we had to take care of. I mean, that's the only private spot in the whole building you can meet, is in that one. It's hard to say, hey, can you please exit your office to go in and meet or something, vice versa. So, we'll need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion to move this back on to the
Get a motion? Need a second? I'll second that. All in favor? Okay. Next thing on the, under the other business, is steering committee appointments. We have to vote on those. We're each supposed to pick two and then one party choice. So,
I nominate Louis Cousins for party choice.
yeah, I agree with that.
I heard from Louis earlier today, and he said that if he's nominated, he'd accept the nomination.
Okay. So under the choices that were submitted, I guess I'll give you mine first.
He's gonna call on Louis.
Okay. I'll take a vote on those. As the party. All in favor?
This is a choice.
Okay. You want to give your two members you want to pick?
I can, or you'd like to go first, so
Okay.
I don't care.
Any of yours?
I'd like to select Jean Cashman and Lorraine Chamberlain.
All right. You go ahead, Tom.
I'm going to choose Lisa Milliard and Rosemary Monahan.
Good. Now I'm going to choose Ted St. Pierre and Jean Bradbury, who's here.
He's here.
So that will be our new steering committee.
What is this steering committee?
They're the ones that are going to set up and prepare the town's bylaws. I don't know if they're going to go. What's that?
Personnel.
Yep. I don't know if you're going to get into a charter or not, that type of thing.
I don't say the charter. Charter now 2-year process.
Okay.
Bylaws, yes.
Yeah. That gives you some guidelines on the operations of the town. We're like the wild, wild west out here. So.
Yeehaw.
All right. Sound good
Question.
there?
Will it be, what,
Go ahead, Ted.
I was just wondering, once everything is put together, will there be a time limit, or will you let the steering committee know when you're going to be able to meet, or will you pick a chair, or?
I would think you guys get together as a group at some point. You guys come up with your chair, meet whenever convenient for you guys, sort of just like the comprehensive look at there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, I'm going to take it a step further, Ted. So thank you for those of you who voted for some of us to do this work, which is really important. If you provide us with the names and phone numbers, I'd be more than willing to contact everybody and find a time.
There we go.
And then that can start the process of where and when and chair and all that good stuff.
Yeah, perfect. We'll get you the numbers, names, numbers.
Okay, great. I'd be willing to do that. Okay.
All right, that's it for Article 7. There's not going to be an executive session tonight, so that's canceled. So I'll take a motion to adjourn. I second the motion. All in favor?